Have you ever wondered about the wealth of the Aussie Gold Hunters cast? These modern-day treasure hunters have captured the hearts of audiences with their daring adventures and quest for gold. But beyond the thrill of the hunt lies the question, just how much money do they have? In this video, we are going to find out exactly that. It is important to mention that when it comes to making money, the cast of Aussie Gold Hunters is not the richest. That does not mean that they don't have impressive finds that make all the sweat and tears they've poured in the field worthwhile. The specific amount that cast members of Aussie Gold Hunters receive for each episode is not something that is openly shared with the public. Different cast members may have different agreements with the production company, and these agreements can depend on various factors. However, there are notable figures who bring light and warmth to the series. If Discover follows the same payment plan as with the other Gold Rush series, this means that these members make more money per episode as compared to the rest. 1. Matt Dixon. Matt Dixon is an Australian television personality known for his role as the narrator of the popular TV series Aussie Gold Hunters. The show follows gold prospectors in Australia as they search for the precious metal in various locations, often under challenging conditions.
This is just incredible.
That is just amazing. We have our ups and downs, but this puts us that much closer to our target.
Dixon's narration adds depth and excitement to the show, guiding viewers through the highs and lows of the prospectors' journeys. While he is primarily known for his work on Aussie Gold Hunters, Dixon has also been involved in other television projects, including documentaries and reality shows. His distinctive voice and engaging storytelling style have made him a beloved figure among fans of the series. 2. Kelly Carter and Henry Chesang. Kelly Carter and Henry Chesang are friends featured on the television series Aussie Gold Hunters. They embark on their gold prospecting journey together, only to encounter a disheartening setback upon arriving at their claim. They discover that poachers have illegally accessed their claim and potentially stolen up to $15,000 worth of gold from them.
Oh, yes.
Finally. It's at least 3 grams.
Despite the setback, Kelly and Henri remain determined to make the most of their prospecting venture. They decide to use a metal detector in the hopes of finding some gold to lift their spirits. However, they quickly realize the harsh reality of working in extreme conditions as they face dangerously high temperatures of up to 45 degrees Celsius. The experience highlights the challenges and risks involved in gold prospecting, from dealing with illegal activities such as poaching to enduring harsh environmental conditions. Despite these obstacles, Kelly and Henry's determination to overcome adversity and continue their search for gold underscores the resilience and perseverance required in the pursuit of their dreams. 3. Vernon Strange and Leon Marsh. Vernon Strange and Leon Marsh are old friends and business partners featured on the television series Aussie Gold Hunters. Together, they have invested a significant amount, $1 million, into their gold prospecting operation. Half of this investment went into the creation of a specialized piece of equipment called Goldzilla, a custom-built 45-ton dry-blowing plant. Goldzilla is an impressive piece of machinery capable of sifting through 80 tons of dirt per hour to extract gold. However, despite its efficiency, it comes with its own set of challenges. Goldzilla is difficult to tow, prone to getting bogged down, and occasionally requires serious repairs. These obstacles add an extra layer of difficulty to Vernon and Leon's prospecting efforts. Despite the challenges posed by Goldzilla and the demanding nature of their operation, Vernon and Leon remain determined to make their investment pay off. Their story highlights the risks and rewards of investing in specialized equipment for gold prospecting, as well as the camaraderie and teamwork between longtime friends in pursuit of a common goal. 4. Neville Perry. In the field of technical expertise, Neville Perry stands out as the unsung hero, armed with a profound knowledge of engineering and mechanics. With a knack for troubleshooting and a keen problem-solving acumen, Neville ensures that the team's equipment remains in prime condition, overcoming obstacles with finesse and precision. 5. Tyler Mahoney. Tyler Mahoney emerges as a beacon of youth and vigor, inheriting a legacy of gold mining prowess from her family lineage. With boundless energy and a wealth of expertise at her disposal, Tyler fearlessly ventures into uncharted territories, driven by a relentless determination to strike gold.
Why is that? Because you see so much damn gold here?
So much gold here.
It's crazy. Have you ever seen so much gold?
Not like this.
Much information about the team's net worth or salary is limited, but we can speculate based on the recent findings. She has a net worth of $1.5 million. Being a participant in Gold Rush Parker's trail played a major role in increasing Tyler's net worth. She not only earned income from the gold mine during the show, but also received a significant amount from the producers of the program. 6. Greg and Christine Clark. Greg and Christine Clark are a husband and wife team featured on the television series Aussie Gold Hunters. They are self-taught gold prospectors who have invested their life savings into equipment and secured a lease on a small site near Kalgoorlie, Western Australia. Their journey is anything but easy as they navigate the challenges of prospecting in a region riddled with old mine shafts. The Clarks' determination is evident as they tackle the demanding task of gold hunting. Their efforts involve more than just casually using a metal detector. They engage in intensive excavation work to unearth potential gold deposits. However, setbacks are inevitable in such a venture, as illustrated by the loss of the only key for their excavator, causing them to fall behind schedule. Despite the obstacles they face, Greg and Christine persevere in their pursuit of gold, driven by their passion for prospecting and the potential rewards it may bring. Their story showcases the grit, determination, and resilience required to succeed in the challenging world of gold hunting in the Australian outback. Aussie Gold Hunters has garnered a dedicated fan base due to its thrilling content and unique premise, which suggests it has maintained a solid viewership. This means that there is a high chance the show is making quite a hefty sum from airing the show. However, they don't get paid that much and can get anywhere from $1K to $5K per episode. The major casts can get paid up to $10K an episode. They get to keep this money and also the profits they get from gold mining. Sadly, whichever losses they incur come from their pockets. For the crews and other miners, they get paid a weekly fee of around $2,500 depending on the crew they're with. Some also get bonuses for the gold nuggets they get. It would be a crime not to mention one of the team's greatest finds. Brent Shannon and Ethan West, who are brothers-in-law, along with Ethan's father, Paul, made a significant discovery of gold nuggets near the historic gold mining town of Tarnagula. This town was renowned for having the world's deepest mine, reaching an astonishing depth of 4,613 feet. Recognizing the potential of the area, the family had a strong intuition that there were still untapped gold reserves waiting to be unearthed. Despite the anticipation, they had to patiently wait for months until they obtained the necessary permit to begin their prospecting venture. The intuition proved to be spot on, and it paid off handsomely. Operating under the name Poseidon Crew, the team employed an excavator to shift a substantial amount of earth, strategically thinning it out to enable the use of metal detectors in their search for gold. According to Shannon, this method not only enhances gold recovery, but also ensures safer mining practices, a sentiment echoed by West. West, who has been involved in mining for 4 years, expressed awe at their recent discoveries, emphasizing that they stand out among the thousands of gold pieces he has encountered over the years. The Poseidon's luck definitely made them quite a sizable amount of money. They experienced an extraordinary stroke of luck, discovering 2 significant gold nuggets in a single day. The excitement and disbelief were palpable among the crew members, who expressed their happiness and admiration for each other's hard work. Brent reflected on the fact that their success wasn't merely luck, but the result of their dedicated efforts. He commended his colleague Ethan for his diligence and the rewards it brought. The crew reveled in the realization that they were working in an area rich in gold, where such remarkable finds were possible. As they celebrated their discoveries, they began to tally up the total weight of the gold they'd collected. Despite finding some smaller nuggets first, they were thrilled with the overall haul, which turned out to be the largest collection of nuggets in the history of gold hunting in Australia. Their excitement was evident as they shared in the joy of their achievement. Gold nuggets worth over $300,000. This is a feat so remarkable that many people were envious of it. And that is just one example of the times when different crews of Aussie gold hunters have made enough money to pay off their expenses and take home. While mining for gold is not an activity that guarantees you immediate success, there are chances that your luck might just change. The Aussie gold hunters continue to impress with their amazing skills that ensure they get the much they can from the outback. In most cases, their episodes are widely viewed, as mentioned earlier, making Discovery Australia quite popular. With millions of viewers tuning in each season to witness the daring exploits of the Aussie prospectors, it's clear that the allure of gold and the excitement of the hunt continue to resonate with audiences far and wide. As the series embarks on its 10th installment, it remains a shining beacon of entertainment, uniting viewers in the shared thrill of exploration and discovery. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Gold digging is known to be a good way to make money, but as miners get better and go deeper, they find things other than gold. Some of these things are as useless as metal bits, while others are as valuable as gold itself. Let's look into how Parker finds mammoth tusks while he's looking for cash. Parker Schnabel's strange find. Parker Schnabel is used to getting his hands dirty and getting down on the ground when he's looking for money. He began working at the family mine when he was a youngster in the first season. Beginning with the second season, the young man took over the family mines and has been one of the most famous gold miners ever since. Other mine bosses have a hard time, but Schnabel seems to have the Midas touch because his team gets thousands of ounces of gold every season, which is worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. After 10 episodes on Gold Rush, Parker has saved up a dime wealth, which is thought to be around $10 million. He's not going to slow down anytime soon. However, the miner has found more than just gold in the fields. He told them about some other strange things he had seen on his trips. There is a lot of stuff buried here. There's a good chance that miners have found some strange things on their trips. Parker doesn't find gold, but he does find something that many archaeologists would love. In an interview with the Maelstrom, he talked about the strange thing he found while mining for gold and how it might be the most important thing he had that wasn't gold. It was interesting that he told them he had found a pair of well-preserved woolly mammoth teeth. These tusks are very well preserved because they are made of ivory and were buried in permafrost, which kept them safe from the cold weather. Some of them were found in perfect shape, even though woolly mammoths went extinct a very long time ago. Finding fossils of preserved bodies makes us think about what makes a thing. Alaska is a place where mammogram tusks are sometimes found. They have a lot of value and help an industry grow. Because these tusks are made of ivory, they can be very valuable if they are kept in good shape. In some cases, they can sell for more than $1 million each. Parker and his team on Gold Rush might not find anything more valuable than gold, but mammoth tusks are definitely among the most expensive things that have ever been found. To make a long story short, the mammoth tusks he found would be worth a lot of money, because people are willing to buy almost anything. But Schnabel says he won't sell the tusks, even though they are valuable and could be valuable. To sell those kinds of things, he would have to get a lot of different permits, which he doesn't want to do. He doesn't want to kill the tusks, instead, he wants to keep them. He thinks they're really cool and that they shouldn't be sold. And no one can blame him. He already makes a lot of money from the gold he finds, so it makes sense for him to keep the strange things he finds along the way. Even more so when he can happily say that he owns well-preserved mammoth tusks. So, if you ever go to Parker Schnabel's house, don't be shocked if you find some huge mammoth teeth waiting for you. The huge tusks are the cherry on top of Parker's successful job choice. He doesn't seem like he's going to stop working anytime soon, so we can say that more finds are on the way. As of now, it looks like the search for an unusual prize on Gold Rush is far from over. A famous gold miner on the show found something truly amazing. Another strange find on Gold Rush. Tony Beats found something very important at his new spot in Paradise Hills. Instead of finding gold like most people do, he found a tusk that had a special meaning for this part of Alaska. While exploring the site, he saw the tusk sticking out of the ground. With the help of his son Mike and their tools, they were able to dig up the bone, which Mike at first thought was a jawbone. Tony chose to have paleontologists look at it more closely. The remains of a woolly mammoth that was found earlier may be related to the tusks that were found on Gold Rush, according to experts. Since the Klondike Gold Rush more than 100 years ago, miners have kept finding these kinds of bones. One of the best things about the Yukon area is that it is known for finding animals from the Ice Age. Others had heard that Tony had found the bones of horses and zebras before, but this one made people think of the woolly mammoth. Gold Rush says that the baby mammogram is at least 30,000 years old, and the ground and ice in the area are thought to have kept the animals alive during the Ice Age. During the Gold Rush, people saw more strange things than just elephant tusks. Miners have seen things besides the god they were looking for. Parker saw something that blew his mind in particular. Meeting the welcome stranger face to face. Parker Schnabel almost passed out when he saw a copy of Welcome Stranger. It is the biggest gold nugget that has ever been found. We saw that he was half a world away from the Klondike Gold Rush Trail in Season 4. Episode 2 called Installment of Gold Rush Parker's Trail. He was looking for new experiences and chances. At the start of the show, Parker and his partner Fred Lewis were greeted by Tyler Mahoney, a fourth-generation Australian gold prospector. She opened her truck door and put a 2-foot-long golden boulder across the back seat. A story says that the welcome stranger was so big that it had to be broken in 3 on a hammer so that it could fit on a bank scale. The nugget would be worth about $4.7 million if it were sold today at the rate at which Hold is sold. The original welcome stranger was turned into gold bars a long time ago, but 2 perfect copies are still around. 2 of them are on show in Melbourne's old Treasury building. One is owned by Deason's descendants and is kept there. The one that was taken from Mahoney's truck is thought to belong to the Deason family, and column built in 1897 still stands in Mollyagle to mark the spot where the nugget was found. Parker and no other modern gold miner found it, so the question is, who made this huge find that even Parker couldn't believe it? The Victorian gold rush happened in the 1850s, when a lot of people with big dreams went to Victoria, Australia, to try to make money. They came from all over Australia and other places around the world. I felt very happy for a short time. Some people hit it big and were rich for life, but for most, they never got that rich. It was true for 2 Cornish miners on February 5, 1869. Luck did come their way. John Deason was born on Tresco in the Isles of Scilly. When he was 1 year old, his fishing father drowned, and the family moved to Pendeen in West Cornwall. In this place, he met Richard Oates, who would become his partner. In the 1851 census, both of them were working in the tin mines of Cornwall. It was 1853 when Mr. Deason moved to Australia, and a year later, Mr. Oates did the same thing to become a gold prospector. They went to Mollyagle in 1862 and made a living there for 7 years. Then, in 1864, they hit gold. They found the amazing thing that made history, a huge piece of gold wrapped in quartz that was hidden just below the surface of a slope called Bulldog Gully. Mr. Deason wrote that he tried to use the pick to pick up the rock, but the handle broke because it was so big. He then got a crowbar and dug the nugget out of the ground. It was weighed at the London Chartered Bank in Dunolly, which is about 12 miles away. The nugget was broken up right away because the scales were too big to make a model or take pictures of it. Because people who saw it remember it, a drawing was made of it, and there is now a copy in the Dunolly Museum. Miners in places with lots of gold keep finding important things. For sure, Parker Schnabel has shown that he is a strong person. Let's take a quick look back at his amazing journey. The sparkling nugget. Parker had to find his way through a world full of new claims and cutting-edge technology advances in Season 10 of Gold Rush. A big event happened in the middle of all the digging activity. The electrified nugget was found. Parker, his team, and Gold Rush fans were all very excited about the find because it was so rare and special. When Parker set out on his quest, people were most excited about finding bigger and better things. He hoped to haul and grow his business across Klondike and Scribner Creek. The electric nugget was about 41.8 ounces in weight and got its name from a dendritic crystal attic that looked like lightning bolts. The nugget's unique feature makes it stand out from other finds and a rare natural wonder, which raises its value above its face value. As the season went on, episode 15, $1 Million Payday, became a strong candidate for showing the exciting secret. In the end, the explosive nugget adds a brilliant chapter to Parker's history of hold mining. Its market value is high because it is hard to find and has a beautiful crystal structure. It will always be remembered as an important and memorable gold rush find. The bounty at Eureka Creek. Parker set out on a dangerous adventure at the start of Season 7 of Gold Rush. He learned about how hard the mining business is by dealing with problems like broken equipment, unstable hold yields, and the risks of unexplored terrain. Even so, he wasn't going to give up. He invested in cutting-edge technology and tweaked his business to meet his challenges and make a huge recovery. Around the middle of the season, there was a big change, and watchers saw Parker's work at Eureka Creek start to pay off. After that, there was a long time of impressive gold recovery, which is where the name Eureka Creek Bounty comes from. The peak of this reward was reached by episodes like Eureka Payday and Kingknoff Klondike. Parker always found a lot of gold, going above and beyond what fans expected and what he had found before. It was impossible to hold back their happiness as the team enjoyed the results of their hard work and persistence. One thing that makes the Eureka Creek Bounty unique is that it was a turning point. Parker's constant success in finding gold in the area made him a leader in the tough world of gold mining. Because he kept having success, he was able to move his business to other places and buy better technology and tools. Even though Parker has found a lot of gold, he is still losing money. Since he started working as a miner when he was 16, he has lost a lot of money. Allow us to look at some of the losses he has went through. A huge $3 million loss. Parker and his team put a lot of money into an area in Alaska and then got 108 ounces of gold from the waste that old gold miners left behind. But what really made things better was an area called the Wolf Cut. It was untouched land that was thought to have more than 2,000 ounces of gold and be worth more than $3 million. They even called this Wolf Cut the most important pit of the season because of how much information it gave them. Parker's crew needed 2 months just to get to the pay layer of the cut because the area is so deep. Things don't always go as planned, though. That's how things were for the team. A terrible flood a few weeks ago turned the Wolf into a lake. Because it was so hard, Parker thought it would be better to take all the money and go to Vegas than to drown in the Wolf Cut. Parker, who was known for being stubborn, wouldn't just give up the place. After some trouble, the team was able to push back the water, and Mark Fors, who was in charge of the operation, finally came down to get the treasure. Parker was keen to find out if there was enough gold for them to risk everything. He went to one spot and moved the dirt around, but it needed to be better. He finally found some fine dirt in another part of the cut, which meant there was gold there. Parker chose to go work and come back in 2 days with the crew. But just when it looked like everything was going to plan and they were going to get some gold, something shocked the whole crew. There was a hole in the wall and mud and water were pouring out of it. It was clear that Mother Nature was not on their side that day. The water that they thought they had gotten rid of was back, but this time it was stronger and a bigger problem than the last time. People on the crew didn't think this would happen. The Wolf Cut could be filled with it again, which would mean a big loss. An excavator hit the side of the pit while digging for pay at the bottom of the cut. This revealed a mine shaft that was full of water, which flooded millions of gallons of water back into the pit and filled the pay grounds. There was nothing wrong with the crew's preparation, they just needed to be more ready. They had one 8-inch pump, but they needed more to get the job done. The second pump was turned on, but it didn't make a big difference. There was still water coming in from all sides. The team lost the battle against the water after they turned on both pumps. They had no choice but to take the pump out of the wash plant. It was such a big choice, though, and Parker should have made the call. The problem was that he wasn't there or answering his phone. They were in a tough spot. The area would flood if they didn't pull the pump from the wash plant to help the other 2 pumps, and they would lose their pay in the Wolf Cut. It would be hard to believe how much would be lost. Tyler made the tough choice to turn off the wash plant and remove its pump, which doubled their ability to drain. They had to leave the area while the pumps did their thing. In 24 hours, the pumps took away 10 million gallons of water. Parker finally came back and he was very excited to see the first edit of the Wolf Cut. Instead, people told him stories about the flood that had happened. Parker's trouble with water was still going on, though. In a different story, he came into contact with water again when his mining ground in the Wolf Cut was taken over by water. Underwater mine site. Parker was looking for a pay streak in the 4-acre Wolf Cut on his Alaskan claim. He hoped